People are born wanting certain things. I have 4 dogs, so I see this on display, and they all sleep on the bed. So 4 dogs, 4 children. Like, the one thing I get a lot of is watching genetics at work. And I know that people and dogs behave most of the time out of impulses they were born with that they may not even fully understand, but that do not change. Period. And that is true of all people, okay? All people. So politicians who don't take that into account are not serving you at all. So if I were advising a politician, I would say the first thing I would do, what is America? Well, America is a physical place. No, it's not an idea. Anyone who says America is an idea, please. It's not an idea, it's a place. I live there. I don't live in an idea. I don't live theoretically. I get out of bed and there's like a ground underneath me. There's like soil and trees. And I would say, the leftists capture the term environmentalist, and the entire environmental movement may be, I think it's probably the greatest scam I've ever seen on the most basic level. I'm not just saying I disagree with their politics and policies, which I do, but even more basic than that, like how many people at the Sierra Club, I don't know, could name 3 bird species? Or could tell the difference between a spruce and a hemlock? Anyone? Anyone? No, no one. Because they don't go outside. I'm not kidding. They don't go outside. So for them, they're like, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get a new energy grid. Okay, it's a new energy grid. And it's going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot better for the environment. The energy grid is going to be way, way better. And no one ever says, okay, slow down, son. First of all, what's an energy grid? How's that work exactly? In fact, be precise, if you would. How's the energy generated? How's it measured? How does it get from the point of generation to people's wall sockets? Do you know? Oh, you can't drive a standard transmission? Shh, shh. No infrastructure for you. If you can't drive a standard transmission, you're not allowed near my infrastructure, okay? You go back to the gender studies department and do your little thing and fight with your colleagues over tenure or whatever, but you're not getting near physical things that are necessary to the survival of my country. You are not allowed. We're walling that off. This is adults only. But they're able to think of these schemes that, in fact, destroy the environment. And by the environment, I mean the land, because they don't care about beauty. What's beautiful? Is a wind turbine beautiful? No, actually. Rivers are beautiful. Gardenias are beautiful. Springer Spaniel faces are beautiful. Children are beautiful. The sky is beautiful. These are not things that people made. These are things that God made. And the Republican Party must defend them, not by acquiescing to their ridiculous climate change arguments, which are absurd. I could bore you for hours on this. But by defending the land from those schemes. You can't desecrate something you didn't build, and that hill you did not build. Get your stupid wind turbine off there and slink back to New York. And the Republican Party should be about nature in human relationships. And I won't go through it again. But the most basic desire of most people, not every single person, but of most people, the overwhelming majority of people, is to mate and have children and to perpetuate the species. That's not a desire that you were taught in college. People who've lived in total isolation come to that conclusion because it's not a conclusion. It's an instinct. That's nature. And anyone who tries to tell you that it's not, or who tries to muddy the term sufficiently that people aren't even in touch with their own instincts, or they deny their own instincts, well, I'm not really sure if I'm a boy or a girl. Okay. That's kind of the last thing that needs positive affirmation. No, I'm serious. I drank too much for many years, so someone would say, well, that's just kind of the way you were born. I remember not being able to find my car outside 801 one night many, many years ago. I'm not proud of it, but it's true. Thank God I wasn't able to find my car. But anyway, the point is, if someone had said to me, that's how you were born. You were just born to have, 11 vodka sodas. It's just who you are. No. That's not something that needs to be affirmed. The positive, the good, the calm, the placid, the orderly, the natural. So I think this every day. They should care about beauty. I don't think I've ever heard a politician mention beauty. And I think about it constantly. I think about it on a couple levels. First, I think about it on a political level. So and I'm hardly a Bible scholar, but of course, how do you judge a tree? By its fruits, right? You don't judge it by, what the arborist told you it was. You wait till it produces something, and then you know what it is. Oh, those are pears. They told me it was an apple tree. Well, I guess they guessed wrong. So the way that I judge ideas is by their fruit. And not just their ideological fruit, their physical, tangible, observable fruit, the things they make. So everything that we see around us is the product of ideas, of ideologies. That's where everything starts. In the beginning, there was the Word. It starts with a word, always. And here's how we know if the ideology is a good one. Noble ideologies produce beautiful results. They produce beauty. Poisonous ideologies produce ugliness. Super simple. There's a reason the architecture in Bulgaria in 1975 was hideous. Because Sofia in 1975 was controlled by the Soviet Union. Soviet architecture was horrifying. So was architecture under Mao. They knocked down everything worth having, built during the preceding millennia, and they replaced it with concrete boxes. Why'd they do that? Because those boxes, those buildings, that architecture, that design sent a very clear message, which is, you are worth nothing. There's no beauty for you. Now, why is beauty so important, and why did tyrants always destroy it? Well, they destroy it because beauty reminds you that the most important things are eternal. They're unchanging. Beauty is recognizable across cultures, across centuries. You can go to a place, a culture you're completely unfamiliar with, and if you see something beautiful, you recognize it immediately. Why? Because beauty has balance and symmetry and grace. You know it instantly. A beautiful face in this culture is very similar to a beautiful face in that culture, a beautiful building, same thing. It has balance. Why? Why does beauty have balance? Because it's derived from nature. It's derived from God's creation. So the closer we are to God's creation, the straighter the path and the better the path.